Hey guys, today I'm gonna bring you a battle against TERRA number 493. This is actually a member of the Smogon forums and we were both looking for a standard match, so here it is. I start off with my elite Rose Raid and my opponent starts off with elite Oxy. I just decide to go for the sleep powder, but he predicts that very nicely and goes into his Hunchcrow. And Hunchcrow has the ability Insomnia and he stays awake. So now I go for the hidden power Ice and yeah, it doesn't quite finish off the Hunchcrow, and I was pretty surprised that it didn't actually. So he goes for the Sucker Punch, and I go for the Leaf Storm, and yeah, it missed, so I didn't kill him. And he predicts me to switch out my Rose Raid, and he then goes for the Pursuit and finishes off my Rose Raid, so that was pretty amazing. So then I go to my physical wall, I can say, my bulky, and I just decided to go for a Dragon Dance, predicting he would switch. And he goes into his Oxy again, and at this point I was debating because many Oxys carry like Thunderbolt, and I just decided to switch out and go into my Frutella. But now that I know that he has like Yawn on this, I know that I can easily taunt him out with Gyarados later on in the game. So then I just go into Infernape because I don't want my Clefable to switch, and my Infernape is Choice Banded, so I think U-turn would do quite a lot of damage, and it does, so that's pretty amazing. So he goes for another Yawn, and I know that I can use another U-turn on my Red Eyes to, yeah, dodge the sleeping and finish off, maybe finish off his Oxy with a crit or something, I don't know. And but he predicts my U-turn and he goes into his Hunchcrow as a Deathfather. So yeah, the score is even now. So my opponent goes into his Hitmontop, and most of the Hitmontops carry Fake Out. So I just decide to go into my Gyarados because most of the Hitmontops are like priority attackers and they have like Mach Punch and Fake Out and stuff. So I just decide to go and switch into my bulky and get off at least the Intimidate, and yeah, he went for the Magic Punch and he did nothing. So then I predict the switch and I go for the Dragon Dance, and then I taunt him out because most of the Tangrowths have like Sleep Powder and Leech Seed, and after a Dragon Dance I must say that my attack is pretty high, so I just went for a Stone Edge, which is like 1 times damage, and it did quite a lot to a pretty defensive Tangrowth. So I just go for another Dragon Dance, expecting a switch, and he goes for Hitmontop again, and he goes for the Fake Out. And Fake Out actually does nothing to my Gyarados, so that was pretty amazing. So now I have like 2 Dragon Dances up, and at this point my Gyarados can pretty much sweep. So he goes into his Oxy again, and Oxy survives with like 1 HP to Bulky's Waterfall. So I just decide to go for another Waterfall and finish off the Oxy. So yeah, that's 1 dead Oxy. So now my opponent is debating what to go into, and he goes back into his Tangrowth. And yeah, after 2 Dragon Dances, I think another Stone Edge would do quite a lot. But I just go for a taunt because I was expecting another Leech Seed or Sleep Powder, but I just wanted to play safe and go for a taunt. So my next turn I go for the Stone Edge and it does like an enormous amount of damage. However, my bulky gets power wiped by this Tangrowth and it dies, so that was pretty bad. So now I go into my Flygon and I decide to be locked into Fire Punch, and 1 Fire Punch is enough to kill off the Tangrowth, so yeah, that's pretty amazing. So now he's left with only 3 Pokemon, and he goes out into his Golduck, who is apparently a Drug Duck. So I wanted to see what kind of Golduck this was, so just to scout out his moves I decided to go for my Frutella here. And because I really wanted to get rid of the sub, I just went directly for a Flamethrower here. But Flamethrower didn't break the sub, and I was expecting him to Calm Mind 1 more time, so I just decided to go into my Infernape and U-turn to break the sub. So yeah, I just knew that my Infernape is faster, so I used the U-turn and switched into my Flygon. So now I can basically use Earthquake to finish off the Golduck. And yeah, he uses the Hydro Pump there, but it misses, and yeah, that was really bad on his part. But he goes for a Moltres, and Moltres easily dodges the Earthquake, so that was a pretty good switch on his part. So expecting him to go for a special attack, I just decide to go into my Frutella, who takes special attacks, as you know, like a beast. And I just went straight for the Toxic here. And he went into his Beyblade, and I was protecting a Fake Out on this Beyblade, and therefore I just went for the Protect to dodge the Fake Out and get him some Toxic damage. So then he goes for the Mach Punch, and I really thought I would be able to survive a Mach Punch, but apparently I don't. But I don't care, because the Life Orb takes him a little closer to his death, and I know that my Mojo Jojo can yeah, like nearly kill his entire team at this point. So I just decide to go for a Stone Edge, and it finishes off the Hitmontop. And then he goes into his Drug Duck, and a Stone Edge will also finish off the Golduck. And then he will go into his Moltres, and my first Stone Edge will miss, but I don't care, because I can just Stone Edge him away. And apparently this Moltres is scarfed, so yeah, he's locked into agility. So good game here, guy. I really want to battle you again someday. I hope you guys enjoyed this battle. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. And see you next time, guys. Today we have another question of the day, and this question of the day is about your favorite console. So, what console do you prefer? Is it the Nintendo GameCube, the Nintendo Wii, the PlayStation 3, PlayStation 2, Xbox, Xbox 360, Xbox Live, or just the PC? We also have the DS and the PSP. So, my favorite handheld is the Nintendo DS. I also have a PSP, but I don't play that very often. Most of the time I use it as a Wi-Fi connector, so not as for playing games. And my favorite non-handheld is like the PlayStation 3, because it has like very nice games, and second place is obviously the Nintendo Wii, because I just like the motion thing there. So what's your favorite console? Just post it as a reply to this video, and yeah, see you in another question of the day.